Hey everyone, it's Bree. So today is my video on how I'm planning to attack my period cramps this month naturally. I probably still will take some conventional medicine if it's really bad because I need to get it under control, but hopefully this will work. So I'm just going to show you everything I have and hopefully it'll be useful to you so it gives you some ideas. I've got lots of things laid out along here and some of them are pretty random, but I will explain what they represent because obviously I can't bring like a whole bed in here to represent sleep or something. So apart from the one behind me, but still. So I hope you find this kind of helpful to you. I'm sure I will do this and think, oh my god, I've forgotten something, but whatever. I've tried to get as many as I can think of right now. So hope this is helpful. Okay, so first off, probably the most obvious is reusable cloth menstrual pads and a cup. Now, I discovered last time in my period that if I wear a cup on my heaviest day, I tend to deal with my cramps a lot better because I don't involuntarily clench my muscles against the flow, because you can, when I gush a bit. So if I wear a cup, I don't feel that, and I tend to allow my muscles to relax more, so that I'm going to try that again with a cycle with a cup, and hopefully that should help. So this is just my Lunette cup. I have a lot of other cups, though. Obviously cloth menstrual pads, you get rid of the chemicals, that can help a lot of people on its own. For me, it doesn't, but it did make my periods shorter and lighter, so that was great. Next, my TENS machine. This is actually the TENS Baby. It's a pregnancy one, or a labour one I should say. They do make them for periods. I found one on Lloyd's Pharmacy in the UK, but it was quite cheap. It was about £8.99 and I got it for half price, £4.99 I think. So that was really good. And it doesn't work as, I don't like it as much as this one, which is why I brought this one in here, but this has 4 very large electrodes which aren't here, but you basically control it by these buttons, and you stick these electrodes to your stomach. There's 4 here, but you only really need 2 for a period one. You put them either on your front if you're more of a front period cramper, or on your back if you're not. It does work. It doesn't work as well for me, but my friend loves it and practically spends her entire period strapped to it, so it might work for you really well. Okay, it has different levels of intensity as well, so it's good to adjust. This is a water bottle, obviously. This is probably the most obvious one, but you don't, well, sorry, isn't that obvious, but you don't tend to think of it as much, but water. I, appallingly, probably don't even drink this much in one day. I am awful with consuming fluids. I never drink enough, so I've bought a pack of 6 bottles of this, and my aim is to drink this entire bottle every day. You don't really realise how important this water is for your period cramps. It can really help. You know when you're sick with a cold or something and your parents, if you're younger, pushed fluids down you? It's the same with periods. Drink lots of water. It's really important. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm awful with water though, so we'll see how that goes. Next, this is a pile of gluten-free stuff and also organic, but I didn't feel like bringing up a potato up here on my bedroom floor. But this is all gluten-free, just stuff. I didn't actually check. This is dairy-free, wheat-free and gluten-free. I do have a slight intolerance to casein, which is stuff found in milk, but I cannot avoid that or cut that out, because the last time I did that, I became really, really sick. I started throwing up everything, and I didn't eat for 3 days, which was really scary for my parents. So I can handle gluten though. So I've tried to minimise my gluten intake as much as possible. So I've managed to grab all the really unhealthy stuff here, but there is more. There's things like gluten-free pasta, but I've got all the chocolate rolls and everything. Because you do like to eat chocolate when you're in your periods. This is a bit of an experiment for me, the Jaffa Cakes, because I actually have a slight allergy to orange. So I want to see if this makes a difference. But yeah, so that's gluten-free. I noticed that my last bearable period that I had was in June, when I wasn't eating any gluten, and I don't think I had that much pain. So I've eaten awfully, because I just came back from a holiday in Dubai, so I've been eating junk the whole time there, and all the chemical processed food is really bad for you. So try and eat organic and gluten-free if you can. It might help you a lot. But I can't go dairy-free at the moment because of that. But I do have goat's milk. I have goat's milk and goat's butter. So I have the casein is slightly different with that, and hopefully it's not as bad. Then I have this stuff. This is Dongquai. This stuff is a miracle worker if you have clotty periods. Sometimes the clotting can really cause you to cramp. I took this last month and it was amazing. I hardly had any clots in my period and it was great. I haven't taken it this time as much. I started taking it today, and I just took a quite I put it in capsules because I can't stand the taste of this. I put it in these gelatin capsules, and I put a couple more drops, about 5 drops today, to see if taking a bit more before my period works, because it can make your periods heavier and more crampy. So you've got to discover it works for you, but you could take it the week before and it should work fine. A shoe. Like I said, some of the random stuff is mainly up here now. This is to represent your foot. Reflexology, or more specifically, sorry about that. Let me bring my foot in here. Lovely pedicure foot. Right, reflexology. There are points in your feet which are connected to your reproductive system. For example, just so in focus, I think it's around this area. I can never get these right around, but there's a section here, and also a section on exactly the same point on your other side of your foot, where I think this is your ovaries on this side and your uterus in here, and you could basically thumb walk around this area, and it really does help to get rid of these pains, and also across here your fallopian tubes. So try and remember them. I think your hypothalamus and thyroid and pituitary gland in here. So I'm not entirely sure if they're the right points, but go on YouTube and ask and type in, reflexology for period pains. It really does work for just immediate relief, but it doesn't last for long for me. So I'm trying to put a whole combination of things this period. Next, a block. Really randomly, I know, but this is to represent a yoga block. I don't have a proper yoga block, and I don't really feel like grabbing my whole yoga pillow in here, which I just use an old pillow. I think it's just that old pillow there, but still. So I did some menstrual yoga last time, and it really did help. It makes you relax your muscles. It can feel really good. Again, look on YouTube for menstrual cramp relief yoga or menstrual yoga. It's really good, and it can really help with the cramps. Again, for me, it's only short-term relief, but anything that helps really is good. Okay, next this is Elemis Spa Home Muscle Ease Active Body Oil. This stuff I love for dancing. It will get rid of any muscle cramping, muscle aches you have. It's brilliant. I couldn't walk, and then I put this on because my legs are so stiff, and I put this on and I could walk fine. It was amazing. I usually just rub this in around my stomach area to, just very gently rub it in on my stomach around where my uterus is, and that helps to relieve the cramps a bit. It's not very good though, so I have to use it with a lot of other stuff. Next is magnesium. I tried this on my last period, and this was probably the only thing I've ever found that worked. However, I only used it towards the end of my period when it's not quite so bad. I still have a bit of cramping, but not as much, and it really did help. It took my cramps away. So I'm going to try taking 2 tablets at the beginning of my cycle, and hopefully that will help with the severe cramping. But I definitely recommend you try magnesium even if you're not severely cramping. It will help if you're just a little cramper and you want to get rid of the period pains. Definitely try magnesium. I can highly recommend it. This is a natural one. Try and get a natural. And then last of all, this is a kind of, I don't know what this is actually, a sleep pillow mist thing. I never use it, but it's got sleep on it, and it's to represent sleep. It's very important to get a lot of sleep. I have been very ill in the past when my period cramps have kept me up, and I've only had 2 hours sleep, and that makes it really bad the next day, because often I feel very sick when I don't get enough sleep, very nauseous and everything. So sleep is incredibly important. Try and get lots and lots of rest when you're on your period. So that's all my kind of natural stuff that I can think of right now. I'm sure there's more in it. Oh, tea. Raspberry leaf tea is supposed to be really good, and also something called blackstrap molasses. I'm trying to get hold, I can get hold of that, but I haven't thought to try it yet because I've got all of this stuff to try, and I thought that was enough for one period. So that's next on my list, is blackstrap molasses. A lot of people say that is great if you're a very, very, very severe cramper, which I am. And I should just say beforehand, if you haven't seen my other videos, I have very severe cramps. I have been in hospital because of my cramps, because I can't eat. I throw up everything I do eat, and I can pass out and all sorts of stuff. It's not good. So hopefully this will help to control all that pain. I will let you know how I get on. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. I knew I'd forgotten one. The most important one is actually a smoothie I'm trying this time. So I've just got this random glass I just finished drinking some apple juice out of. I'm trying this special green smoothie that's made with apples, celery, spinach, coriander and bananas. It's supposed to be amazing for curing period cramps and for also detoxing your body. So I cannot remember what quantities they are. I've got to juice them all together in my juicer, but But I knew I'd forgotten that one, and that's probably the biggest one I'm trying this time, so I thought I should just mention that again. Okay. Oh, and another thing you've got to do is cut down on protein. Both animal protein and also, well, any protein, not just animal protein. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I usually do cut down on protein. You drink more water, cut down on protein, and drink less caffeine as well. And also, if you're an alcohol drinker, drink less alcohol. Those are all things that help with period pain. So I'm sorry I forgot the most important one, but I thought I'd just slip that in there.